Hello everyone. Today is Wednesday, I think it's the 24th. I'm going to go for a little walk through this glen. It's for my blog. I don't know if anyone's ever going to watch this video or if everyone's going to read my blog. Anyway, here's the entrance to the glen. I usually run hill down this bit. It's quite pleasant, but I'm walking today. No running today. As you can see, the sun's out. It's in my eyes, so I better watch I don't trip over the top of anything. I try to at least 5 nights a week come and do a workout here. I'm trying to lose a lot of weight and get fit again. I used to run a lot before, but over the last many years I haven't been running. It's, I don't know what it is, probably about 7:30 in the evening, and it's usually around this time or later that I come for a walk and a jog. I actually do a lap where I run half of it and I walk half of it. I started off running a little tiny bit on, I suppose, and I run more than just over half of it. And I try and do that 4 times before going and say hello to a waterfall and then going home, walking home. There's a little bridge that you go over at the bottom of the glen. And this is the start of my route. A little bit flat along here. On up in that direction is a waterfall, which I usually walk to and jog back from. But this is where my loop goes here. It goes left. You can see the river. Little footbridge over the river. Very quiet, peaceful today. Just a few birds. Sun splitting through the trees. As you can see, the leaves are all come out, and 3 weeks ago you would have seen straight down there through the glen, but now you can't because the leaves are blocking that. Now at this junction here I turn right. There's another path that goes along there, runs next to the river. It's very pleasant, but I tend to do my running and walking on the upper paths. That way I can walk up the hills and jog down the hills. When you're a little bit overweight, or grossly overweight like me, it's a lot easier to jog down hills than it is to walk up them, and is to jog up them. Okay, here we go. This is the highest path along the glen. As you can see, there's fields off to the right. You can see the path run along the river down there, and we're climbing. It's quite pleasant along here, but it's a little bit uneven on the foot. However, the good thing is it's gravelly, and underneath that there is just ground. So it's not like pounding the pavements. I've been doing this for exercise for about 7 weeks now, and I've built up very, very slowly from walking, and now, well, I'm doing 4 laps and walking here and back, and it's probably taken me 45 minutes, and in total it's probably about almost 6k. Now it's from this point here now that I start running. I haven't actually reached the top of the path, but it's close to the top of the path. And I jog to the next little bridge that crosses the river. Climbing a bit more, we're probably at the highest point of the path here, and it goes flat for a little while. You can see the river well down below us. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. And you can see the other path on the other side if you look close enough. I don't know how long these paths have been here, but they were here when I was a kid. I don't know if they were here before that. There's an old tree that grew too big, got in the way, had to be taken down. Don't know if you can hear the birds, but there's lots of birds in the trees. You can see why I enjoy jogging along this bit. It's very pretty. And you don't really think of it much. You look around and take in the scenery. Okay, although I said I usually jog down here, there's a slight uphill here. Right, we're going down again. Overall, it's downhill mainly along this bit. There are one or two little bumps that stick up. There's a good view of the river again, and the lower path. I can hear some people talking. I don't know if you can hear them. And off we go again. Slight uphill. The woods are beautiful this time of year. There's a squirrel. Don't know if you can see it. Shooting across the base of that tree. We don't have a lot of squirrels, but you see the odd one now and again. You can see the light coming in from the side from the field. Some big old mature trees. Now when I get to here, I'm always happy. When I first started running, I was starting to jog again. I'd jog down the hill and I just do sort of this 100 yards. I suppose you have to start somewhere. And as you can see, well I hope you can see, it's all downhill for about 100 yards. The river's down there below us again. It's not a very big glen, but it serves a purpose. Because the last time I tried to start running again, I was walking and running on pavements, and I ended up doing my Achilles, or whatever it's called, and that took almost a year to heal. There we go, we come out onto a small car park. Now up to about a week and a half ago I used to stop jogging here and I used to walk downhill, and probably for the next 250 yards. But now I've got to the point where I run down to this little bridge which crosses back over the river again next to the car park. As you can see, beautiful night, probably about 20 degrees, and the car park's empty. There's hardly ever more than 1 or 2 cars. Probably the most I've seen is 3 or 4. You can hear the birds now, even better, whistling and singing away. The river disappearing under the road. There's the river flowing towards me. You see a small board just drop down into the river. Wants a drink, Thursday evening. Maybe it's been out running too. Anyway, off we go. Over the bridge and along this little path. As I say, I walked this. Hopefully, in about 5 or 6 weeks' time, I'll be managing to jog this flat bit as an extra to jogging down the hill. Although it'll probably take a little bit longer before I can do the uphills, and here comes the steepest uphill. See a swing there, young kids love swinging on the trees. And here's a nice narrow path, steep uphill. Doesn't come on for very long. You can see where the bank has fallen away there. And there's a car. This is as close as we get to the road. Alright, we come up, we got a choice here. They both lead the same place. That one's a shortcut. That's the reservoir, disused now and fully overgrown. And this is the longer bit. You can probably hear I'm slightly out of breath coming up that climb. So, as recovery for the jog and for the climb, I walk around this bit. Catch my breath back. You hear more cars. Large open field, houses in the distance. Here we go, we're coming back to join the other path again. Now, by the time I get to here, walking, I've usually got my breath back. And so from this point, I start jogging again. And I don't know if you can see, but it's basically flat. When I first started jogging this loop, I only jogged the downhill bit. And then after about a week, I used to jog along here, probably for about, I don't know, 50 yards. And then I gradually increased that. And now I jog probably just over 200 yards along this bit at a steady pace. If I'm feeling good enough on my last jog, I'll jog all the way back to the first footbridge where I came into the Glen. I was quite pleased actually when I got this far as this big tree on my jogging, because that was such a marker. Yet, that was a few weeks ago. You can see down to the river and the path past like an embankment, and to the right, when I was little, that used to be a flood relief channel for the river, but it looks as if it's been dry for years and years and years. And the path is just elevated up between the two. Although the river is down a lot lower. Don't know if you look, you might be able to see the fields, and just below that is the taller path, which I've just went down a few minutes ago. This was another marker to get as far as in my jogging, but again that was about a week ago. Sun's out, low in the sky. It is absolutely stunning here tonight. And this was another marker. But I've managed, in the last couple of days, I've managed to get past that. And here we go. And I talk about as far as here. And hopefully in 2 weeks' time, I'll be jogging as far as the bridge, which you can see just coming up on your right. The river looks nice down there. Very pleasant. I don't know if you can hear it. Just birds and the river. I'm very surprised. I haven't seen anybody tonight. Shame is, in this village, it's the only real piece of green with footpaths around it. It's not like England or Wales or Scotland where you have a right to roam and there's footpaths all over the country. I'm not too sure about the laws of the right to roam here, but I've looked at Ordnance Survey maps and there's no footpaths marked. Now that bridge I just passed is the bridge where I entered the Glen. And on the last lap, what I tend to do now is I tend to jog the whole way on the flat, as far as that bridge. I'm usually tired by then, and very hot and sweaty. And then there's the first bridge over the river again, so we've completed the lap. It's about 1 kilometre. I then walk up here, get my breath back, trying to cool down a little bit, and say hello to the mighty waterfall. When I say it's a mighty waterfall, it's actually tiny. It's more like a little slant where the river goes down about 3 or 4 feet. But I like it. I've done some videos of it, just of the water flowing over. One of them I put on YouTube as a potty training video. That's when there was a bit more rain and there was lots of noise from it. I almost tripped there. I should be looking where I'm going. There you go. There's a little waterfall, and that's the end of the Glen. Can't walk any further than that. Farmers' fields beyond. It's a shame there's not a footpath that goes from here, probably for about 500 yards along the river, connects up with a play park and another footpath that leads to the other end of the village. But at the moment we don't have it. Maybe it's something the council could consider for later. Sometimes I have a bit of a stretch here. Not for too long. You can see people like to throw their rubbish into the river. It's a bit of a shame, I say, because it's always the only little green space around here that you're allowed to walk that isn't private property. And coming back. Now, on the way back, I usually jog from about here, because there's a nasty thing sticking out of the ground just there, which I've tripped over before. It's not that far, it's about probably 120 yards. The strange thing is, I count all my steps. If you ever read my blog, you'll probably see that I count jogging by steps, how many steps I take, and try to increase that. Something I never done when I was running 50 miles a week. Otherwise I would have been counting an awful bloody lot. Little footbridge in the middle of the Glen, over the river, path along the river, and the upper path climbing. and the field beyond. And once I jog back to the bridge, catch my breath. Actually, recently I've been going 20 or 30 yards further, catching my breath and walking back. And I climb over the bridge, or walk over the bridge even, climb up the path out of the Glen and walk home. Now tonight I haven't been doing any running because I did run a 5k race at the weekend, which took me 39 minutes. It's a bit slower than my fastest time, which is something like 16 minutes and 51 seconds. And I have been out running 3 days since. There you go, there's a path up out of the Glen. I hope you enjoyed the little video. That's it, if anybody ever watches it. Okay, and I'll walk home now. I think you've seen me coming down, so I don't need to record going back up again, do I? Although I will do for a little bit, because it's pleasant. And again, I can hear the birds. Isn't it incredible? I don't know if you can see the little midges. I remember running along the Thames towpath many nights for years, and you eat that many midgets that you thought you'd had your dinner by the time you'd finished running. There's the sun out blinding me again. There's the last view of the Glen. Now off home. Oh, thank you for watching. Bye.